Postal 2 is getting a remaster, so turn the volume up, let's talk about it. For those that don't know what Postal 2 is, it's infamous. It's infamous here in Australia. It had a lot of infamy around when it first came out. It originally came out in the early aughts, around 2003. A redone version that included some DLC came out in 2013. Both versions were banned in Australia, and I mean like banned. I think that ban only just got lifted here in Australia a year ago. I think it's 2024 since that you can buy now Postal 2, which you can get on PC. It's there available, but it's effectively a first-person weapons game, mostly a shooter, that is just balls to the wall insane. Postal is used for, going crazy. Back when the postal service workers used to climb clock towers and start shooting people in the 80s. I think that only happened once or twice, but that's where the frame Postal comes from. And it is nuts. It's a satirical, crazy game that really does push every boundary possible. Everything's made fun of in the game, and there is like animal cruelty in the game. You can shoot like stray cats out of a shotgun, use them as a weapon. That's something that I don't think I could do just because I've got my own cat and I just feel bad for Cinnamon. But outside of that, like, the rest of it's all satirical and it's crazy, but it is over the top. And I just remember this game being on like news channels of just how violent video games were. This was the game that I pointed to until like the Grand Theft Autos really started launching off, but this was the one that they really went to when it was the fear-mongering of parents, because they grew up with like Echo the Dolphin on a Mega Drive, and they just saw people playing that. They didn't play it themselves. So it was kind of an adjustment when, you could do all this stuff and Postal would just kill a bunch of innocent people, and go pretty much crazy. The general story, if you want to say story of the gameplay, is like pretty much you go around doing mundane tasks, and at any given time, a subsection of a group hates you and is trying to kill you. So whether that be the National Guard, Al Qaeda, because, those were the things that were popular back in the day, like cheerleaders, people protesting violent video games, video game developers. Like I said, it goes for everything in this game. Nothing really like it's not like they are reverent about a certain subject or they just don't touch anything. They really touch everything in this. Like, to put your own fire out, you have to pee on yourself. So even if this game did come out in Australia, I can't imagine explaining to my mum any of this game that it would allow that to be in the house. I would have to hide it, and then that's a whole thing. So you just avoid that. That it was just something that never really happened at my house. I did play it once. I did play it at a friend's place. It seemed a lot of fun at the time, but I think there was a little bit of that factor of like, oh, should I really be doing this? Was behind it, because I think I would have been 15 then, 15 or 16 when this came out. So, it was a bit like, oh, this is illegal. The police are going to come after me. You can also kill the police in this game too. But yeah, it's absolutely mental, this game. And there's just a whole bunch of little Easter eggs and little crazy things coming out. But what consoles and what's it coming to? Well, there's a Kickstarter, and it starts with a Kickstarter. So the developer Running with Scissors has partnered with another mob to release a VR version. I would say that is like first cab off the rank. Which, again, that is going to be insane if they do a VR version of this game, because, again, it's pretty full-on and nuts, the amount of stuff you can get up to. And like, you just expose yourself to people, I'm pretty sure, in this game. There's a lot of different things that are going on in it. And then I just have a feeling there's going to be different goals for different consoles. They want to do everything. They even said, like, the Switch. They want this out on the Switch. So yeah, like, it looks like it's something that is gonna happen. I'll put a link down to the Kickstarter below. It hasn't taken off yet. They said in summer they'll be launching the Kickstarter for the game. So if it is something that you're interested in, if it's something that you really want to have on a console, I just really want this on the Nintendo Switch when I'm on a plane. You just really want that Postal 2 so you can, sexually abuse people, in seat 11A. Then sure, kick them a few dollars. There's a Discord as well that will have all the information. I'm not sponsored by them. We have 142 subscribers, so let's just, that no one's paying me to do anything. It's just a news story that I found, and I was like, this is interesting. Because, like I said, this game, there's a lot of people that would be watching this video right now that are below a certain age bracket, and I have a feeling that a lot of the humor in the game would probably miss you. Like, there's jokes about, like, mad cow disease, which, like, at the start of the late 90s, was like the biggest thing was like beef coming from England, where now it's just like, oh yeah, whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty sure even if to this day in Australia that if you like lived in England, you can't give blood because of mad cow disease, or there's something on those lines. So it's pretty mental, all that stuff. But yeah, like I think a lot of people going into that game now, if you're maybe a teenager and born, I would say after 9/11, a lot of the humor is that post 9/11 shock humor, 4chan sort of stuff. So I just think there'll be a lot of references in this game that you're not really going to get. But the one thing that you don't know is just like the hysteria that came behind this game. Like it really was the poster child for like all these school shootings is because of video games, and this was the game that they played a lot and showed. Where instead, like maybe just having like access to a shit ton of guns might not be ideal for like children whose like prefrontal cortex is not fully developed yet. Who's to say? Who's to say? I'm in Australia, you can't really have guns here. That's not a commentary on gun control. You guys just, why did I even say this? Why did I go down this tangent? Anyway, the game's coming out eventually. It's going to have updated textures and just, have a few performance issues played. The one thing I would say with the gameplay is that, you are just performing very monotonous tasks. Like, I don't think I really summed it up properly, but you're performing monotonous tasks and then shit happens during the monotony. So, like, for instance, you're going to pay a parking fine, but there's, like, a massive line, and that's the stuff that, like, sends you Postal. But you can sit in the line and wait till it get to the end, and then the game, like, cucks you a bit with, like, something crazy going on. Like, for instance, I remember, like, we wanted to see what would happen if we just, like, stayed in the line to cash a paycheck. We went through the bank, and we got to the end, and then the bank got robbed. So, there's a lot going on here. I think, from memory, I remember seeing an article where, like, you could play this game without, like, killing anyone. So, it's, like, So, I think it was their, like, little loophole around this game's too violent. It's like, well, it's the players that are violent. Like, you don't have to do any of this stuff. So, I think that's a clever little way around it. Anyway, that is the whole video. Hit the subscribe button if you've made it this far, because that's the thing that helps us out the most, especially the motivation, because doing these news videos, just even going through and finding the news, it's not a woe is me subject from me, but like it can be a little bit difficult, and there's like things that you're like, oh, that could be good, and then you're just like, nah, there's enough meat on the bone there. Hit like if you've liked it, just because you made it this far, and the algorithm's going to algorithm, right? Comment down below, are you keen for this game? Have you played anything with Postal? And anyway, I'm going to edit this up, cut it up. Firebreak comes out tonight, so I will be playing that. I think I'm going to play some Splitgate 2 with my brother, and then so we'll probably live stream that, and then live stream a bit of Firebreak. Then I'll play that for some of the night, and then we'll go from there, really. But yeah, kind of excited for that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm out of here, so bye.